Go.
Ready for the heat?
Oh, of course, yeah. Hydration's key. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot right now, so
Yeah.
nothing will be that different, you know. Just gotta hydrate. Yeah.
Is that really it? Just what you can do?
Hydrate, take care of your body. I mean, the thing is, we talk about like the preparation starts now, and it started months ago. You know, you take care of your body, get in the habit, then when you get out on game day, it'll be easier because you've built up those habits. We're at the point where you're prepared now to go out on Saturday.
Is like the conditioning staff monitoring how much you're hydrating now for Saturday?
Yeah, of course. They've been hydrating. They've been checking that for as long as I've been here. So it's a constant thing throughout the entire season, through the off season too. I always try to make sure we're hydrated because, you know, we go hard here in the off season. I would say sometimes even harder than during the season. So they're always trying to monitor our hydration, make sure we're at the peak physical state, you know.
How many gallons of water you gotta drink a day?
I got like a 64-ounce hydro flask. It's like 4 or 5 of those a day. So
200 and something ounces?
trying to keep on track, you know. Got to stay on track, yeah.
How do you feel like the line's going to do Saturday? How optimistic are you that you guys are going to do what you need to do?
I'm really excited. You know, we've been preparing this whole time. Got a lot of guys that are ready to contribute, and we're just ready to go out there, show what we've been working on at the end of the day. I think it's the whole thing with the team as well. You know, we're just really excited to get out there. We've been going really hard. Camp was really fun, and we're just ready to get out there on Saturday.
Working next to Garrett Giorgio a lot of the time, what have you seen from him, how he looked last year compared to this year, and just how he's grown through fall camp too?
Yeah, that was the first thing I was going to say, growth. Like Garrett has really stepped into that starting role, and just being able to be next to him and watch him grow in time. You know, I see a lot of Alec in him. Alec was one of his best friends while he was here, and they still talk all the time. You can see a lot of younger Alec in him, and like being here, having been friends with younger Alec, watching him develop, now like being able to help Garrett grow the same way. I can see he's growing and getting better every single day.
Coach Kelly told us about the walk-ons who got scholarships. Did you guys have a big celebration for them?
Oh yeah, it was crazy. Coach Kelly called them all up. He announced it, and like we all went crazy, of course. So yeah, we were really excited. Those are our guys. So we'd love to see hard work pay off.
Did he do it one at a time? He brought them all up and said all these guys are getting scholarships?
Yeah, he brought them all up together. We finished the day. We got right before we left to go home. So these guys, through their hard work and dedication, they've been put on full scholarships. So it was crazy. Yeah.
Was it kind of like a surprise unveiling? He said, like, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so come up front, and then he said...
Yeah, just like that. And, like, we didn't know. Like, you know, I've been here long enough where I've seen it happen a couple of times, so I had a feeling. And I started standing up. I was real hyped, yeah.
Saw some of the videos of the karaoke nights and everything through camp. How is that, just being able to do that again and kind of getting that out of the way and being able to do that before the season starts?
Yeah, I think it's a really big thing in like fostering a brotherhood here, because you got to be vulnerable around your family. And I think, you know, in such like it's a really masculine, really violent sport, right? And then sometimes you can kind of take your shield down, just be loose and like be around your guys, and it shows that we're really friends and really brothers, and like that brings us closer together. And then also it gets super competitive. Like they had a vote, like the outside backers won, but the O-line for sure won. They know it too. Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Burned by Usher. Yeah.
What is this offensive line's identity this season? Like, what are you guys kind of all about?
Yeah, I think it's just the same with the offense and the team in general, like dominating. You know, last year, everybody do interviews last year. It was all about execution, right? Things we have to take a step up from that. You know, executing gets you 8-4, but we want a lot more than that. That comes from dominating the line of scrimmage from the start.
One last question about UCLA's move to the Big Ten. That's your part of the country.
Yeah.
How's that feel for you? You leave and they go to the Big Ten.
I'm excited for the young guys. It would have been cool because my family could have come to more games, but I won't be here for that. But I'm really excited for them. New opportunity. I know they're going to do the most with it.
How's your dad doing his recovery?
He's doing really well. He got his stitches out of his incision, and he's doing well now. So yeah.
Is he going to be there Saturday?
No, he won't be here Saturday. I think he'll be here. SC week's probably going to be the first week. It's hard to coordinate with work, but he might be out here for more games now. My mom's coming out for a second week, though, so excited to see her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Put you on the spot here. Do you have a favorite Bill McGovern story yet?
Bill McGovern. Man, I don't know. He's just a funny guy overall. I think he really keeps it lighthearted, and so there's a lot of jokes that go around, obviously, in the film room that I can't share but are hilarious. But yeah, he's just a great guy, and like I said, keeps it lighthearted. When he needs to be serious, he's serious. But yeah, overall, just a great guy. I can't give you a specific, but really funny guy.
Without specifics, how would you describe his sense of humor, though? What types of stuff?
You know, I think he just kind of is able to help guys. You know, if they are falling down the field or whatever, obviously make the point not to fall down. and stay up out there. I think maybe that's a specific example, but he'll kind of say it in a lighthearted way, like, oh, you tripped and the sniper got you or something like that, or the turf monster or whatever, all those kind of regular things. But yeah, he's kind of just a funny guy, natural with the jokes, but yeah.
Heard the outside linebackers won karaoke.
Yep.
How did that, what song did you guys sing? And it sounded, John didn't think that you guys deserved to win.
Yeah, I don't know. There was some controversy about that, but so they had a final three. It was the O-line, the DBs, and the outside backers. And then when they made the vote, they had the whole team kind of give an applause. So obviously all the offensive guys are going to applaud for the O-line because that's their only group in there. And then it was kind of split between the DBs and outside backers. And then they brought it down to the O-line, the outside backers, and then we won that. But some of the guys were hating on that, but I think we did a good job. We had kind of a mixed group of everybody kind of sang and gave their own part. But it was nice, short and sweet, but it was good.
Tell us your impressions of the new scheme. Aggressive, just some impressions now that you've had spring and August.
I think the best thing about the defense obviously is I think on both sides as well is the depth we have and be able to kind of give so many different looks. I think when we want to get aggressive, we can get aggressive. When we want to sit back, when we need to do those things, we can put in the bodies to do that. And I think the way we've been able to move so fluidly, being able to, I talked about it earlier that we've kind of built the foundation with guys understanding different types of coverages and different types of pressures in years prior, and now we've kind of just added to that depth of the type of things we can do. So switching things up on offenses and giving looks maybe that look like something and kind of masking those different things. So I think that's the biggest thing that we've improved on and kind of, I would say, mastered is working on disguising looks and not giving away things and showing how this defense can really move forward. I think it's been great being able to have, we need a guy, we need pass rushers to get in, so get those guys in. When you need more of a dime nickel defense and get those DB bodies in there, I think has been great. And so not being handcuffed by the type of group that you have. I think we have guys that can do everything on both sides.
This group of edge rushers, would you say maybe the best since you've been here, would you say?
I would say as far as experience and depth-wise, yeah, we've probably definitely the most experienced, best skill set as far as the variety of types of pass rushers that we have. Obviously, you have Carl, who's kind of a smaller, quicker guy, and you have Latu, who's kind of very fluid in the type of things he can do, move his hands. You got the twins that are just very powerful rushers, but they also have great moves as well. And so just being able to have everybody in there, and when one guy gets tired, being able to not have a drop-off has been huge. So being able to, when you have that second group come in, or the rotating guys who's coming in after that, be just as good, if not better, has been amazing.
What have been your main takeaways scouting Bowling Green, and kind of how do you prepare for a quarterback who's kind of an improviser and extends plays?
Yeah, I think their quarterback does a really good job of extending plays and doing great with working with what he has. I think he does a good job of reading the defense and making a play on top of that. He's the type of guy that you got to kind of keep in the pocket, and you got to make sure that he's not going to escape. He's not overly aggressive on his running, but he can run, and he's been shown to do that. So we got to keep him bottled in and get him to get the ball out quick.
John was saying, last year the word was execute this year. This year it's dominate.
Yeah.
You feel like you guys are ready to dominate?
Yeah, I think we've done the work up till now. Obviously, we're going to have our first live experience on Saturday, kind of test that out. But I think we've done a really good job keeping the tempo up. We've had depth on both sides of the ball that's shown that we can be aggressive. We don't have to hold anything back, you know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing moving forward, is that guys are able to put everything they have out there on the field and know that the next guy up is going to give just as much.
A bunch of walk-ons just got scholarships. Were there any guys in particular you were really excited for?
Yeah, I think, obviously I'm pumped for all of them. Carson Sweshinger went to Oaks Christian. That's where I went to high school, and so I was really pumped to see him. He's been working his tail off this fall camp. David Magna, another guy who's really turned around his body, He's coming back from a neck injury that he had surgery on, and so working back from that and be able to earn a scholarship, I think, is an amazing story. And then another number of guys, Alex Johnson as well, he's been in my grade, so he's been here the last 5 years working as a walk-on, and he's been on the scout team, and he's also played in some games as well, but he's kind of stuck to the script. So yeah, anytime a guy coming from a walk-on is able to earn a scholarship, there's been an immense amount of work that's gone into that. And so I think there's nothing but respect coming from players on the team when you see a guy who earns a scholarship, because you know that he's earned it. They don't just hand those things out,
Yeah, there's a few guys from Oaks on this team this year. So how do you think that program kind of prepared you for what you see at UCLA now?
Yeah, I think our team was pretty stacked when we were in high school. We had, as far as here at UCLA, we had myself and Zach Charbonnet, we had Shea Pitts, and then Carson Sweshinger, and then a number of guys in the NFL now, Michael Pittman, who's now playing for the Colts, and Matt Corral, who just got drafted, coming out of Ole Miss, and a number of other guys. But I think just that high school program was very unique. I think I didn't realize it back then of the amount of All-Americans that we had. Colby Parkinson as well, who's a tight end, is now with the Seahawks. Amount of active guys on that team who were All-Americans, it was crazy. But I think just how serious we took. Coach Bankert, our coach, was very, he had practices a lot similar to how we have out here, very up-tempo and scripted. And so being able to utilize that in high school and then step into here, it made the transition a lot easier.
And given the experience you guys added to the defense, guys like Darius, Jacob Sykes, Azizi in the secondary, given the fact that they're all seniors, does that maybe add to the urgency to improve this defense?
Yeah, I think we did a decent job last year. I would say we're just building off of those things. I would say the experience obviously just assures you of when something goes wrong that guys aren't going to panic, and the amount of maturity that we have that we can, kind of rebite and lock back in, just helps you that guys aren't overly emotional. They're just willing to, accept the fact that you're going to get beat a couple times, and we're going to lock back in and go win the next drive. So I think that's been the biggest thing I've seen.